with Marcus Head.
Hey, everybody. Thanks again for another episode of the Good Head Podcast Show. I'm your host, Marcus Head, and I have a special guest today, and I'm really excited because I've known her personally for over 10 years, and I've just seen her just grow, and she was already there, but now she done planted the seed, and she done put the flowers out, and the roses are blooming. So before I introduce her, I want to show you guys a clip of her latest project that she's doing right now, and it's called Back in the Groove. So you guys check this clip out. It's on Hulu. On the other side, I'm going to bring my guest in.
Ladies, are you ready to get back in the groove? Come on down to the Groove Hotel. We got just the thing for you. There are 24 hot young men. All of them are excited to date older women. Age is just a number.
I'm ready to rock the cradle.
I've never dated young guys like that, and now I've got a whole slew of them.
I really think it's important to try all the flavors.
I've always been attracted to older women.
How much older?
Oh my God!
Feel like someone put in the grave. Just when I think I have it figured out, boom.
I'm being played on like a game or something.
I need to get my blood pumping.
I'm here to find my life partner.
I got the peanut butter.
I came in here with a pretty big secret.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
We all come here to grow, to heal, to learn.
If they're not helping you find your groove, you might as well send them packing.
I'm ready to get my groove back.
I have severe mommy issues.
Oh my God.
Amazing. So let me introduce my friend, the talented, first of all, let me just call her what she is. She's a boss, okay? She's a BOSS. And she's been doing everything. She's a glam professional hairstylist. She's done everything for everybody. The celebs travel to come get their hair done and get the makeup done from her. And she's a writer. She's an author. She's a producer. And check this out. She's a retired professional. And she's going to get into that in a minute. So let me introduce my girl, Sparkle Heish. What's up, baby girl?
Hi, I'm so excited, because we go way back.
We do. We go way back before when I first met my wife, we go way back and she was doing your hair. So first of all, let's go ahead and get into it. I just showed the clip of the show Back in the Groove. So Taye Diggs is the host, and it's very similar to Bachelor. So why don't you explain to everybody what this project is all about?
So Back in the Groove is Hulu's first dating reality series. It's a romantic comedy, and it is hosted by Taye Diggs, and it's produced by the makers of The Bachelor. So it's that same kind of dating component. I don't know if people out there have seen F-Boy Island. It's like that, but more of a mature twist where it's us ladies, it's 3 stars, myself, Brooke, and Stephanie. And we're all on our quest to break up the monotony in our life. We all had some different things go on with us. And so we're coming to basically reset. We're coming to the Groove Hotel where Taye is the host. And we're coming to the Groove Hotel to reset. And also, reset means dating guys half our age. So it's really taboo. It's a whole new perspective on dating and women kind of owning their own, youthfulness and sexuality and not having to be confined to the, typical dating, dynamics. They get to date younger and have fun, and they get to do it in the beautiful island of Dominican Republic. And yeah.
All right. So we can't give it away what happens and everything else, but I just want to ask you one question. Did you have fun?
I had a ball. I mean, okay, you think somebody half your age, like, what is that like? I was like, it's something I've never experienced before. I never done a reality show. Never, gone to Dominican Republic to date guys half my age. So I definitely made the most of it. I didn't...
It was free on Hulu's tab, so I know you made the most out of that.
Exactly. A paid vacation, a paid month-long vacation. And, just to get dressed every night and go on dates and have food and cocktails, why not?
Well, congratulations on that project. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. So let's talk about Sparkle and how she got started. So I did a little research and I found out at an early age, you used to sew clothes for your dolls. Tell us about that.
So yeah, early on, 8 years old, we moved from New Jersey to Georgia. We had a traumatic experience. We lost my sister, my mom, and I left New Jersey and moved to Georgia, just to kind of have a reset. Same as me on the show. She came for us to have a reset, and I started out doing hair and playing in dolls' hair and sewing dolls' clothes because being from a new city, a new state, I didn't have friends or family there. It was just myself. And so I spent a lot of time in my creatives. My mom gave me a lot of creative space. And, she sowed seeds. She saw the things I was interested in, and she made sure to kind of, pour that into me. So I had a lot of things that I learned to do. I learned to sew. I learned to crochet. I learned to latch and make rugs. I learned so much. And so, yeah, at an early age, 8 years old, I started getting paid to do hair. I had a neighbor who didn't know how to braid a little girl's hair, and she saw that I knew how to cornrow. So she would pay me $5 every Sunday. She paid me $5 a week to do a little girl's hair. She didn't later try to pay me in popsicles and candy. And I like, no, ma'am. But that started the birth of my business. 8 years old. And then it went from there to I had close friends and their parents they had a mega church. And so I had all kind of people from the church. And by the time I was in 7th grade, I was booked and busy. Booked and busy by 7th grade. And it went on from there to moving away. And I got married right out of high school. Had a baby maybe about a year or two after that. And then after that, I tried my best to be domestic and the wife and the mom and, young love just kind of didn't work out. And so I ended up going back to Georgia. And once I went back to Georgia, I said, I'm going to open up a salon.
Basically, you from Jersey, but you have senior status now and you're a certified Georgia Peach and that's your home now. And you built your brand and you have a brand called the She Brand. Tell us about the She Brand.
So She is an acronym. SHE is an acronym for Sparkle Heights Enterprises. And the She Brand houses all the facets of the aspects of Sparkle Heights. There's beauty brand, there's fashion, and there's an empowerment, and there's a philanthropic component. It's like all these things are housed under the Sparkle Heights brand. Maybe it's been almost 10 years.
Now, I know you from, I met you through my wife by doing hair, but you have just leveled it up since. You have a salon, 422. I know it used to be the salon 422, but that's where I met you at. And you are an artist when it comes to what you do. Mm-hmm. Because, and I say this with all open heart, you a badass sister. Because you got people traveling all over the country to come get their hair done and get their makeup and stylist done by you, my wife included. I live in Florida, and my wife's still booking appointments to come to Atlanta. And I'm not going to lie, when you finish with her, we go ahead and we put on that All the Queen's Men, and it's on and popping, baby. Let me tell you, you can really do some hair. You make my wife is beautiful, but you make my wife look like Halle Berry who?
Your wife is one of the women who make up. So my salon was Salon 422. I just closed the door. I just closed the doors of it almost 18 years of having it. We just closed the doors right before I filmed the TV show. So I had my 18-year run owning my, brick and mortar salon 422. And it was a great run, but I was ready to do some new things. And so I'm excited about all those things coming up, but it does not keep me from my true passion and my relationship with my clients and the love that we both share for beauty and ambition. Your wife Miss Head is Miss Head bitch in charge. She's a boss, just like I'm a boss. And I think like attracts like, because my clients are a reflection of me. They are at the top of their game. They're ambitious. They're beautiful inside and out. And I've had some clients as long as Miss Head. She's been coming to me 15 plus years, and she travels. A lot of my other clients travel from all over the world, and I spent a lot of that time, even though I had a salon, I spent a lot of the time working, over these years, also working on production and on TV sets, Housewives of Atlanta, Married to Medicine, 11 Alive, it's some local news stations here. We had a feature on CNN, and it's a lot of different platforms. And the balance was something that, was tricky for me, doing all that. Because most people that work on production, work behind the scenes and work on TV, usually they're freelance or that's their job 24/7. And so for me to be able to do that, sometimes working 2 shows at one time and still running a salon and still raising my son, it was a lot. And so now I'm finding some balance in my life. My son, he's empty nested. I was able to close the doors in my salon after a successful 18-year run. And now, I get to have some balance. And it feels good. And I love the new things that are, coming to me. I love this new journey I'm embarking on. And I love that I personally know y'all and that y'all have been on it with me. So...
Definitely. Now, one thing that I really have to say is you mentioned about the personal touch, and it makes so much sense that you said that you're a boss, but your client's a boss, and they have to look like bosses and be ready for all that. So you take that personal touch. And like I said, I've seen you when I've been in the salons. People be waiting, an hour, or people will go and be like, it don't matter. If I get done by Sparkle, that means something. And I know that means something to you when people are waiting to get taken care of and then they go out, and your magic, and it's magic that you do is incredible. And I'll just look at it as like a Picasso. Basically, you just got a brush, the person is the canvas, and you just make it look right. So in addition to all of that, let's go ahead and talk about the other passion that you have. And there's many that we're going to talk about, but let's talk about you being an author. You have a book, The Art of Selling Beauty. Tell us about that.
So The Art of Selling Beauty is my contribution to other people who are in the service industry. It doesn't have to necessarily be beauty or fashion. It could be art. It could be any service that, you give your service, your passion, your art, whatever, anything that you give to a service, somebody can benefit from this book. And The Art of Selling is focused on retaining clients, retaining customers and high-end customers. And just, how to really tap in and target who that market is and how to let them, know how to find you and be appreciated and how to keep that type of clientele align with you at all times. Because, sometimes people start out and they're like, I get some people, but, it's not all this or that. It's like, once you realize that your business, you are ready to accept these type of clients, then this book gives you all of it's tools in there. There's workbooks. There's like so many things that give you accountability, tips, things you didn't know. And all as it relates to marketing, because you can do a great job, but if you don't really know how to keep someone as a, not so just a client, but more so keep them as a, like their family. For me, it was family. So I had to figure out, how do I show my clients and my people that I appreciate them. I can offer good service, but how can I let them know that they are appreciated and they are valued? And that's really what it's all about when it's retaining, high-end clients, or just making sure that people are always thinking about you and keeping you front of mind when they think about this service, or that they're loyal to you. In my case, mine were loyal to me, and I was loyal to them because I didn't accept any and everybody. I was real exclusive with my clientele. Everybody didn't have access to my bookings, and there was only a few bookings, every so often. I only had a few people that could book at a time. People did not, how it's like 3 or 4 or 5 people waiting, or 2 people. My clients were one at a time. And so, like you said, maybe they would wait, but they would wait for their term, or they would know that when they had their term, it was exclusive. Their appointment was exclusive. No one was in there with them. So my clients really paid for the fact that I was their exclusive stylist, and that I always led with professionalism and skill. They know I could do the damn thing, and they knew I was going to do it, in an exclusive setting. So that was, I think, my edge.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. It was a couple of times you went over, but I was very satisfied with the results when you finished.
Yes,
So
yes.
So another thing I love about you is you do all this stuff, and we here with the wonderful, talented Sparkle Heights. And one thing I like is you also market your brand. You have a Amazon storefront, the Southern Sassy and Savvy. Tell us about that.
So, I've been with running my business the past 18 years. That comes with, again, like you just mentioned, marketing. That comes with all things needed to run a business and run a family and create that balance. And so I started to compile all these things that are useful in my day-to-day life, my fashion life, my content creating life, my business life, my mom life still, just all the hats that I wear and all the things that help me, and all those resources are in my Amazon store, whether it's supplements, things that keep me, healthy, things that keep my bones healthy. I even have my favorite joint supplement for my joints, and collagen for my skin, and also for your joints and for your bones, and for your hair. Collagen's good for your hair, skin, and nails. I have that in there. I have a lot of fashion on what I wore. A lot of people hashtag what I wore. And so whatever I'm wearing, and I'm posting pictures in it, if you see me in it, more than likely it's in my store. I love a nice label and high-end brands, but I don't shop for labels. I'm going to support, I'm going to support myself before I'm going to be supporting these high-end brands. And if you like it, you can support myself too. I got stuff in there for guys. I got home things, home.
You got computer stuff. I saw you got computer stuff, and I was like, go, girl.
All kind of stuff. And if you're a content creator, or if you need, audio, video resources, all that stuff is in there.
Now, another thing that I love that you do is not only have you been blessed, but you also give back. And you are a mentor, and you have a few things going on with the American Cancer Society, and you also you're a LEAP mentor. So can you explain what LEAP mentorship means?
So LEAP mentorship was is Atlanta Park and Recreations. They have a program where I volunteer periodically on the young the girls there. And you just come there and give them the attention. I have posted different little classes for the young ladies there on hygiene and beauty, and, just tips on growing up into a young lady. And so I just like to deposit things like that, things that maybe no one's talking to them about. Growing up, being a little girl can be tough. And I like to, help little girl transition into teenageism and things like that. And so the LEAP mentorship was something really near and dear to me, because it reminded me of the age I was when I transitioned from New Jersey to Georgia. She the brand, give out a lot of swag and things like that. And they would, we would be there to teach them all kind of little things, not just, not just a little tidbits on hygiene and beauty and skincare, but on fashion, and music and the arts. So I had a lot of fun with them. And American Cancer Society, American um, Atlanta Children. We did something with Atlanta Women's Shelter. We donated money proceeds to Atlanta Women's Shelter. We had a feature with CNN. We met 40 women. We put together an event. It was 40 women getting married in 40 hours. And it was featured on CNN, and all the proceeds from that went to the Atlanta Women's Shelter and Atlanta Women and Children's Shelter. And 40 women and 40 hours. And all the women had some sort of story, an amazing story. One couple had been together 80 years and never got married, and they finally got married. Another woman was going to marry her guy, but he got called off to war. He came back and he was injured, and I think, he was injured, but they came back and they still got married. And then you had some people that never met, and and they met. And it was just so many beautiful stories and stories of triumph. And those women were featured on our 40 women that got married under 40 hours. So we did hair and makeup and had all kinds of things going on in that hour for that one bride to get dolled up and get married in under an hour. So that was fascinating.
That's dope. So we're here with the incredible, talented Sparkle Heights. So what does it mean to you now that you are doing your thing and you've been through trials and tribulations? What does it mean to you to be a woman that is doing her thing, that has her head together, and woman of power and woman of influence? What does that mean to you?
It means that, I have a certain standard, a standard to myself. It means that, I don't take lightly that people hold me to that regard. Atlanta Magazine had featured me Woman of Power Influence. And I don't take that lightly. I know that there's an accountability factor for me to, keep that in mind. Creating this balance was one, we don't have to just work ourselves to death. You know what I mean? I decided I want to retire at 43 from my salon, and I can do that. And so I want women to know that you can do your passion, you know what I mean? But you can also make space for yourself. Mental health is important, and sometimes just to keep going and trying to not, the imbalance of things can throw you off. And I just think that even that right there, there's power and there's influence of that to just be, or just find your happiness in different ways. And I think this for me was reinventing myself. It allowed me a new, it just allowed me a new path, new journey. And I'm excited about it.
Okay. So tell me some stories about just you doing the celebrities and doing different people. 'Cause like I say, you've been on so many shows and you've built so many relationships. What are some of the relationships that you've had with certain celebrities that you just will never forget, or being on a set?
Maybe not all about being on set, but maybe just different people that I ran into. Like I had a really good run-in with Al Sharpton. We were down in New Orleans, and there was a little small interview going on with me. There was a brunch, and in the back there, I had my interview with Revolt Magazine. And Al was at a brunch, and so we started talking, and we took some pictures together, and he was so down to earth, and he asked about our event and what was going on. And, I let him know that he looked great, because at that time he had lost a lot of weight, and he, had his hair, and he just looked really good. He looked really stylish. And I just remember that being a very warm moment. Him and let's see. I seen a lot of people at that event that was very life-changing. I seen Oprah that she had an event with Queen Sugar, and she was very down to earth. I was like, wow.
Now that you've done the the Groove thing and on Hulu, and I know it's still out and things like that, and people watching it, has things changed for you as far as people recognize and noticing you in the streets and out there like that now?
Yes, it's not like I get flooded with people when I think it has changed so much. Since the pandemic, I don't know about you, but I'm not out nearly as much as I used to be. I'm in so much, but every now I I do go out every now and then, whether it's to the grocery store or maybe to, enjoy the evening or whatever, like every now and then. And I will say when I go out, someone will kind of say something. We're like, were you on that show? Or is your name Sparkle? Or I saw the show or something like that. And so I don't get it like, they don't flood. It's not like, but every now and then someone comes up and they'll tell me something about the show or regarding the show. But my life now since the shows, I think the best thing I can say is just balance. It just feels good. Even with the show, even with the craze of the show, because it's a lot, sometimes online and managing everything and managing new things and going in a new direction, But yeah, it is. It's been good. And I do run into people who recognize me from the show.
That's dope. So what's next for Sparkle?
So I have some new products coming out in the spring. I'm really excited about it. I think these products still align with, the Sparkle Heights brand, very much on brand with, who I am. So I'm really excited about that. Not talking a whole lot about that yet, but I'm excited about that. And I'm doing, I'm open to doing more TV things. So I'm saying that too, because there's some things circling around that too. So I'm excited.
You doing everybody's hair, you doing everybody's beauty and everything else. So who does Sparkle?
So, that's where the balance comes in and is created. It's like, okay, I'm doing everything. Who's taking care of me? So now, and I'm just picky. So I'm still going to always be doing most of my own stuff. But I have started stretching my wings now. I've been doing a whole lot of media. And in some of these instances, I'm letting other makeup artists and other hairstylists work on me. And it's good to just kind of sit back and relax. So I'm just now getting used to that right now in this season.
All right, cool. So before we get you out of here, I like to play a game I call Get to Know the Guest.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I want you to give me some answers. You ready?
Okay.
All right. What's your favorite cereal?
My favorite cereal, Raisin Bran Crunch.
Right. I just had that this morning. Hey, I'm old school like you. I just had it this morning.
Really? That's it.
Health, when it comes to food and eating right, why is that important to you, and why should it be important to women?
It's important to me because, again, back to this power and influence we talk about, even if the power and the influence is to yourself, even if that's just the accountability for yourself, is like, I make it a point to be thankful for the positioning that I'm in. I know I pray and I ask, for God to align me in certain ways and do certain things. And I know that's going to require, for me not to only do things and do the right things, but to eat the right things and to let my body know, just to reward my body with things that I know I deserve. You know what I mean? I even if I'm not always wanting to do something, I feel like it's accountability to yourself. We owe this to ourselves. We're granted these lives and these bodies. We need to take care of them. I just feel like when we start to take these things for granted, you pay more in the long run. We know that's the case for all things, whether it's our home or our car or anything or our finances. If we don't, tend to them, it kind of gets out of hand and it's never healthy. So I know for me, life is about balance. Even my work life is about balance. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have alcohol if I want to go out and have a drink. Really, I'm not a big alcohol person, but I know a lot of times people, are concerned with, if you're watching your weight, can you drink alcohol? And do you eat this and do you eat that? I'm mostly a carb person. I'm definitely a protein girl, but I'm in and out of protein. Sometimes I'm vegan, sometimes I'm not. And it's not really because I don't really believe eating meat, but I want to make sure that I don't have issues with inflammation, because I think that's could be a thing for me. So, I try to stay away from a lot of dairy. I try to stay away from a lot of red meat, but there are times that I do enjoy my red meat, and that is where the balance is. I don't want to deprive myself of things I enjoy, but I also know that I can enjoy these things in moderation. So I just don't have a big craving for that. Now I'm a big carb craver. I don't crave alcohol. We go out with my friends every now and then. I'm probably gonna babysit a cocktail. I have maybe other things that I enjoy, but I'm not.
Now your thing is like a big balance sheet. You like a big balance sheet. You check the boxes. I got this, I want this, I want this. And I appreciate that. So gotta ask you this. You can only go to a concert on this day, and you got one ticket. And one person's performing in one area, other person's performing in the other area, front row seat. And you can only go to one. Michael Jackson or Prince?
Prince.
Prince. Why Prince?
I love Prince. And I saw Prince last concert. It was here in Atlanta. And I just grew up on Prince. I feel like Prince's creativity, it just spoke to me. And I love some Michael Jackson too. To this day, I don't understand the phenomenon that is Michael Jackson though. Although I love Michael Jackson, I don't understand why 3-year-olds and 5-year-olds going crazy over Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is that dude, and I get it. I mean, he still has people passing out, fainting, just like he did in the 80s.
On silhouette, on hologram silhouettes, yeah.
How do these kids know that he was the legend that he is? How does it still resonate with these generations? I don't know how it happened.
I don't know. My kids, my 3-year-old, my 5-year-old, my 10-year-old, they love Michael Jackson. I'm like, damn. But Prince.
I posted a video the other day where, because I don't really allow kids. I do kids in the salon, and so I had this one client. Her grandson came with her, and he was 6 years old, very sweet, and he was very well behaved, like your kids. And he, all he wanted to do was ask could he hold my phone because he wanted to record himself dancing to Michael Jackson videos. And I posted the video, and the little boy had it, and he was doing these little dances, and he really was doing it. He didn't care. He wasn't embarrassed. I was there. I was dying laughing. So I gave him a glove. He wanted a glove. So I gave him a rubber salon glove, and he was really
that's funny.
He really thought he was Michael Jackson. And even with all the respect that I'm gonna give Michael Jackson, it still would be Prince because I just love some Prince. See, Prince wasn't afraid to go there. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson was a class act. I get it. Prince wasn't afraid to get a little colorful, a little raunchy. Prince could play.
Everything?
How many instruments? All the instruments in the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he was playing all the instruments before he was 19. He was just super talented. I get it. Michael was talented too, but it's something there. I don't know.
And you look at Prince. Look at the people around Prince. The Time, Tevin Campbell, Patrice Rushen. I mean, he had people around him that did their thing. Michael was more of an individual. So I love how Prince put people on. So you're stuck on an island. You can only have 3 items. You can't get off the island. You can only keep 3 items for the rest of your life. What are the 3 things besides food that you have to have on that island?
I'm going to say...
Everybody always thinks about that when I ask them that.
Because I'm thinking I'm only limited to 3 things. Man, what would that be? How long am I on the island?
You on there for the rest of your life.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, is the world still going on? Is it the end of the world? Are people...
Everything is still going on. So anything that you have possession of, you can still use it everywhere in the world.
Okay, so I will want I'll say a cell phone.
Okay.
And then I will say the cell phone come as a package. Does the charger come with it?
No, that's good. The tower package, all that come with it. Yeah, cell phone.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna say some onesie, some sleeping onesie pajamas. Something like that. And I'm going to say something like and I'm going to need I'm going to need my cell phone, my onesie pajamas, and a rifle. And that's it.
A rifle. Okay. Mine was a pencil because I'm always writing and creating things, a Bible, and a Home Depot store.
Now, that's not fair.
Okay. All right. So just a Swiss Army blade.
Okay.
So my last question for you, now that you've done your thing, you're retired, you've been and seen so much, what advice would you give to yourself when you first started
You know what? That is a good question. And I will tell myself that you are enough. You already have everything you need. You already have everything you need. You know, I will tell myself when you get older, you're going to think that you need more money, or you need this title, or you need this person, or you need this resource, when really you are going to naturally align with everything you need. I would tell myself that, and then I wouldn't stress and wouldn't, be. I just think it would speak to my confidence and to my competence and to just knowing, I was enough.
Well, thank you, my sister, for taking the time out. I appreciate you. I am so proud of you. Tell everybody where they can follow you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm Sparkle the Stylist on IG, Sparkle Heitch on Facebook. And I am always on sparkleheitch.com. That's SPARKLEHYCHE. And I always got new things going on at sparkleheitch.com. I have right now the book that Marcus mentioned is The Art of Selling Beauty, where if you are in the service industry and you want to learn some really good marketing techniques, there's a workbook in there. There's some things to kind of help you know how to gauge your business on the marketing side. I will frequently have things there regarding fashion, hair, and one-on-one options, whether they are consultations, classes, courses, and to be on the lookout for my new products in the spring. So I'm excited about that.
Excellent. All right. Well, definitely give your son our love. And like I say, when we get to Atlanta, we will talk to you and see you soon. And we'll go ahead and get you out and we'll go ahead and have a nice cocktail.
Yes.
All right. So thank you so much. I will talk to you soon.
You're welcome. Okay.